What's up, you guys? My name is Justin, this is Forever Self-Employed, all about pressure washing and quote IQ. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to make the most money this spring pressure washing. We're joined with a special guest. Mike, how's it going, man?
I'm good. Thank you, Justin. Happy pre-Easter.
Happy Good
Good
Friday. Mike,
Friday.
have you been good on this Friday or no?
I'm good every day, Justin.
That's wonderful. All right, so we're going to get into a bunch of different things with regards to how you guys can crush it this spring. First and foremost, we are giving away $5,000 to the top QuoteIQ affiliate June 1st. If you guys are not sure how to become a QuoteIQ affiliate, all you got to do is go to myquoteiq.com, sign up, which you can do for $1 right now. You can get any tier of QuoteIQ for $1. But even if you have the free version of the app, you go into your settings, you scroll down to the bottom, you click the affiliate program, you get a link. It's then going to generate your link, and this is your link that you can send everybody to. And when you do send somebody to this link, you're going to get credit for anybody who signs up and creates an account. Not only are you going to get credit, you're also going to get 40% commissions recurring for the lifetime of that person's subscription. So not only could you win $5,000, but every person that you get to sign up through QuoteIQ, you're going to get 40% of that subscription. Pretty crazy stuff, right, Mike?
It's unbelievably crazy. And the coolest thing about this is it is by far the best affiliate deal for anybody in the home service industry. If you are somebody that thinks you've got a platform and you can get out there and sell some quote IQs, then 40% for the lifetime. All of our competitors, they do X amount, and it's not 40 for like 12 months. And it's
15% maybe.
yeah, it's ridiculous. So any of you, oh, look at that. Littles. This is definitely the best referral, hands down.
Shouts out to Barry. Barry, we appreciate it. Barry actually uses QuoteIQ as well. See, look, I'm about to drop a complete video. So if you guys want to win $5,000, you obviously have to be the top QuoteIQ affiliate come June 1st. And it's super easy. Get your link, share it out, people sign up, and you get paid. So pretty cool. Also, if you guys need help keeping with customers, sending estimates, invoices, or collecting payments, all that can be done through QuoteIQ as well. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different things you guys can implement within your pressure washing business to kill it this spring. But Mike, let me turn it over to you. How's everything going for you this spring?
In what regards?
Business.
No, I'm kidding. No, things are great. Like, it's kind of funny because this business is very cyclical, right? And depending on where you live and the market that you're in, the climate that you're in, it can either be an abbreviated winter, or it can just be kind of just a slower winter. And like where we live, we can work all year long. I mean, there's very few days. I don't think we had sub-zero or sub-freezing temperatures, but a couple days, and it didn't impact the work at all. It slows down, and you hear that. That's what I was getting at. Is you hear guys all the time over the fall and the spring, oh, it's so slow. Are you slow? Are you slow? Well, yeah, everybody slows down. There's a lot of factors that are contributing to this, but at the end of the day, we all know this. And in the spring is the time where we can make up all of that lost revenue, right? And you're only going to make up all of that lost revenue if you have been planning and you've got a strategy in place, you've got the tools in place to make it happen. Like, for example, we are going heavier than normal on our mailers. We're doing all of our postcards that we do through Postcard Mania. We are doing Valpak, targeting very specific demographics, specifically high-end, the people that are making the most money in the nicest neighborhoods. We're targeting them. We are going hardcore on bandit signs. Bandit signs, it's not nothing that I would rely on solely, but I think it is a nice accompaniment to the rest of your marketing strategy. And of course, one of my favorites is email and text blasts, email automation, all the things that you guys, if you're watching and you're familiar with us, we implement these things throughout our businesses, and they work. They work very, very well. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But, our business is very strong. I mean, to the point where I hate to book out multiple weeks, because I look at it from the perspective of a homeowner. And if I want something done, I don't want to be told it's 2, 3 weeks out, right? I want to be told, yeah, we can get you next week. And so, that's one of the things that I like to do within my own business is just stack as much as we can, get as much work done. So we never really are extended too far out, which, in theory, could push customers away. Not in theory, it will push customers away. If you told me that it's going to take 3 weeks to get my yard cut, my house pressure wash, I just had my office painted, had my son's room painted, and I've got a painter, and I was like, hey, how quick can you get it? If he'd have told me 3 weeks out, I love the guy, but I would have called somebody else because I want it done now. And with that being said, we are unbelievably busy, and it starts to become somewhat challenging as far as scheduling because we did have a couple rainy days, and that pushes the schedule out of whack. And so we're playing catch up now. But yeah, things are going really well. Thank you for asking, Justin. How about you?
That's what I was gonna say. That's probably one of the most annoying parts is having a rainy day and you're booked out 2 or 3 weeks, and then it just kind of throws the whole schedule off. Anything that kind of gets thrown in the way is like just a big roadblock, and you got to push the whole schedule back. So that could be a bit rough. We've been absolutely crushing it. Like, guys, when you put the right things in place with regards to where you're getting your lead flow from, when you focus on some of these longer form strategies of getting lead flow, the website, the Google ads, the Google My Business listing, these things stack in your favor. And when all of these customers are rushing to Google, typing in pressure washing for spring, like it's almost like too much. Like we quote everything much higher right now because we have just way more lead flow than we have like capability to do everything. And we want to make sure that we're leaving ourselves open for these bigger commercial jobs because like we'll have 6 people reach out in a day just for residential. And sometimes it's like kind of like smaller stuff. So anytime that we get something under like a few $100, we just won't even do it, or we'll toss it to somebody else to refer jobs out to. Because right now we're also doing over 1,000 lines, parking lot striping, plus washing, plus a bunch of other stuff for a Cabela's over here. And so when you have your lead flow right and you got the right things in place, it just makes things a lot easier. And I do want to talk to you guys about the local domination course. If you're somebody who does not have a lot of leads right now and you're struggling with it, this is the answer to everything right here. Local Dom, you guys can actually get it half price at pwcourse.com. I'll leave a link in the comment section description for you guys. Use code SPRING at checkout. But this is essentially everything that we've done to lay the groundwork to drive all these organic leads into our business. Right, Mike?
Yeah. Well, this is a prime example. Just today, now we do a lot of marketing, and we've been around for a long time, so the lead flow is strong, right? But it's one of those things where you never want to slow down on your marketing. You never want to slow down on getting new customers, even though you've got a great customer base. But just like Justin was saying, like today, both of these came in today. The first one is from Anna. And Anna left a message with our answering service, and it says, she lives on this blank island, wondering if you service there, and we do, is needing a patio and some outdoor cushions cleaned. Okay, Anna is not getting a call back from my company because this is probably 30 minutes from our hub where we keep all of our equipment. And I'm not sending one of my guys out to clean a patio and some cushions because what we would need to charge is going to be far more than what she is willing to pay, because in her mind, she's like, well, it's just a small patio and some cushions. Well, there are other things that come in. So find somebody else to do it. And it's not being rude or disrespectful. It's just managing your business intelligently based on your schedule and what you need to make, right? Oh, hello. No. We don't want to waste time on that. Here's another one. This lady, her name is Trisha, needs a quote on her back screen and porch, 9 foot by 12 foot. Okay. That is not something that we're even going to entertain either. And this is close. But if we were, had only 3 jobs on the schedule, I would be talking to both of these. And
look, there was a point in our business, Mike, and I'm sure yours as well, whenever something would come in like that, and we'd be all over, and we'd be like, "Hey, Trisha, we're coming over this afternoon. We'll take a look at it, get you a price, whatever the case may be." But when you lay the foundation and you get all these pieces working in your favor, then you start turning these people away because it's like,
I got to grab this.
Yeah, good. You start turning these people away in your business because you just got too much lead flow. So that's why I said, if you guys are struggling with lead flow right now, you need to check out the local domination course. That's going to be number one. The first thing that we want to make sure that we do with regards to trying to kill it this spring. We need to lay the foundation for the lead flow. You need to get the website going, Google ads going, as well as you need to go ahead and get the Google My Business going, because that's going to be the organic as well. We also put together a training course. Oh, I have a free video that breaks down how we landed a little over $13,000 in jobs in 1 month with a Facebook ad. I'll leave a link for that in the comment section description as well. You guys can copy my video ad strategy completely. And it just makes things a lot easier when you kind of have a blueprint to go off of. And everything that we do within our marketing, I don't think a lot of people know this. Everything that we do within our marketing is very specific. We do it for a reason. Everything has a purpose. If you're kind of like this fly by the seat of your pants, like, we made flyers and we passed them out, but there's no like real, there's got to be things in there that move the needle, right, Mike? Because if not, then it's just.
Well, and you touch on something that's unbelievably important, and one of the things that we built into QuoteIQ, which is understanding where your leads are coming from, right? If like you said, if you're just flying by the seat of your pants and you're going to do flyers and you're going to do postcards and you're going to put up bandit signs and you're running Google ads and Facebook ads, but if you're not tracking this, right? If you don't have an understanding of where your marketing dollars that you're spending are going and whether or not you're having a good return on your investment, then you're not running your business intelligently. You're probably wasting money on things that don't work. And I can talk about this because I was there. Before I had this tool, I didn't know specifically where my customers were coming from. Every estimate that is generated using our software, one of the things that you have to enter, if you do not enter it, it will not let you proceed, is how the customer heard about you, right? This is editable. You can put all of these things in. You can see on Justin's right here, he's got referrals, Googles, emails, postcard, flyers, Facebook, or a current customer, right? There can be 30 of those things if you've got that many strategies, marketing strategies in place, but you need to be able to track and monitor and then adjust your ad spend or your marketing spend based on this number. This is completely necessary if you want to understand if your business is healthy or not, right? This right here, this is like the dashboard of your business. This is, when you go to the hospital and you're hooked up to all those, well, hopefully none of you guys have been, you're hooked up to all these machines and it's giving you, like, it's telling you that, that your heart rate, that your blood pressure, this, that, like, you need to have a good, firm understanding of all of these things and how they're working and if they're working properly, because if not, that means something is broken somewhere and it needs to be fixed. And that's why we take so much interest in the analytics, the data of our business. And that's why we collect it. Conversely, if you're using InstaQuote in your business, and InstaQuote, if you guys aren't familiar with, it allows your customers to go to your website, go to a link, and it allows them to quote themselves based on the numbers that you've entered into QuoteIQ, right? And so they go in and they enter, they go to your, there it is. They enter house wash, they enter roof wash, whatever the case is. When it gets time to go down to put in their contact information, it asks, how did you find out about us, right? Was it Google? Was it Facebook? Was it, a postcard, a flyer, whatever the case is, whatever the choices are that you choose. They select that so you can go back and make important, sound decisions on, like I said, where you're spending your money.
Right. Another beautiful thing is too that, you might not think about is total leads last year. And this is just a dummy account, but last year you could say we imported 176 new customers. The amount of money that your business makes is in direct correlation to the amount of customers that you're speaking with and the amount of customers that you're getting quotes out to. So if we can look over this month over month, let's say that this was, obviously this is just a dummy account. Last month we didn't enter anybody, but let's just say for the last month we had only entered in 10 new customers, right? We would know that, like, okay, how many do we need to sustain our business? How much is typical for our business? Like, is our marketing working? So that's just another little tool that you can kind of take a look at, another little analytic that's like, hey, we need to be pushing more marketing efforts because we only added in 5 new people to, the database this past month. Right. So first and foremost, lay the foundation, right? That's going to be, mandatory for killing it in the spring. The next one I want to talk about was email and text blast. Mike, a big mistake that a lot of people make is thinking that these customers remember them. And they might to some extent, but at the end of the day, the customer's only loyal to the best price or the, whoever's easiest to work.
There's a saying that customers don't remember what you said. They don't remember what you did, but they remember how you make them feel, right? And I think that's a pretty sound statement. And it kind of goes back to, building trust and relationships. But at the end of the day, you're in their life for maybe 3 or 4 hours one day of the year, right? You are a very insignificant part of the overall, their overall life. And while in your mind, oh, we went there, they gave us a tip, they said we did a great job, they left us a Google review. I'll bet you a very large percentage of your customers, they don't know your first name. They might not remember your business name. They'll probably search it in their emails. Ooh, that was weird.
That was really weird. I've never seen a thumbs up bubble pop up like that before.
Oh, dude, that was happening all the time. And like when I was on that call today with the folks from the QuoteIQ onboarding call, it
Right.
kept doing that, and it was pausing me, and it was a thumbs up thing. Look,
There it is. There it is again. I paused you again. If you guys are interested in getting a one-on-one call with me and Mike, all you got to do is go to myquoteiq.com and subscribe for a year. If you get a yearly subscription, we'll hop on and have a call with you, and we could talk about some of this stuff. But the biggest thing is that your customers don't remember you as much as you want them to. So that's why within QuoteIQ, we put things like the email automation, the nurturing campaigns, where you guys can actually get Mike's entire email sequence. The other thing we put was the email and text blast. So that way, when spring rolls around, we can send out an offer to all these people and say, hey, we're doing 15% off package deals for a roof and driveway cleaning, or we're doing a free driveway cleaning with every roof wash, or whatever the case may be. Because at the end of the day, we need to get back out in front of them. We need to get back out in front of them with an offer, and the offer needs to have a time frame. And so if you're somebody who's struggling with drumming up business right now, hop into QuoteIQ, import all your contacts, run out an email blast to all your customers, and drum up some business. Mike, you drum up business like this all the time, right?
yeah, I love the text and the email blasts. I've got a huge database. We've got a tremendous amount of customers, and so when I do decide to hit the email list, there is a gigantic influx of lead flow coming in, and not necessarily lead flow because these are existing customers or people whose contact information I had. But again, this goes back to one of the reasons why you need to keep up with all of your contacts, all of your customers, something that we didn't do early on in our business. But if I still had those contacts, I could still be hitting them with email or text, and they would still be customers. I could still potentially, get recurring business out of them, increase that lifetime value. One of the things that I think is really neat that we did with the email and text is the ability to tag your customers in their, in like when their little, what is it called? Like their customer contact card or whatever.
Right.
And so each one of your contacts has got the ability to be tagged. And so like what I like to do is say, Susie homeowner calls and schedules her house for today. I'm going to tag her March, right? So next March, I can send an email automation or a text blast to every single person that had a service done in March. And because it's about a year, right? And that's usually our timeline. So I can hit everybody with the tag March 1 year from today. And it will, just say, hey, it's been a year. I just wanted to see if you wanted to get keeping top of mind. Remember, we said they probably don't remember you. So you have to remind them. And that nurturing campaign that we talked about is going to do that as well. It's going to continue to remind them who you are and the services that you offer, just reminding them, hey, our business was with you. We're thinking about you. Is there anything else we can do? Can you leave us a review? All the things that are important.
Absolutely. So having these two things in place, the ability to blast out offers to your entire client base, as well as having the ability to automate some of these things, so that way you are getting that email back out in front of them and you're not having to think about it every single time. These are going to be two of the other pieces that you guys need in order to kill it this spring. So we want to lay the foundation with regards to all of our marketing efforts. The funny thing is, we had an onboarding call this morning, and Mike asked them, hey, I think it was a new business. He asked them, he said, hey, what are you guys doing for your marketing currently? And Mike, do you want to tell them what their response was?
That they were doing flyers, they were doing some postcards, but essentially they weren't really doing anything.
Right.
Was the problem. And so obviously one of the things that we did, or I talked about with them, was, the things just within QuoteIQ that, allow you to get in front of a shit ton of people for a minimal amount of money. Right. It's just like, it's like having a Google business page. It is a no brainer, right? You have to have that. That's part of running a business in 2024. And then, one of the things that we've also done is when you invoice people through QuoteIQ, once they pay their invoice, they're taken directly to a link. It's called our review multiplier, where they're prompted to give a review for your business. So not only are you probably going to put that in your nurturing sequence, probably you're going to text them, and just remind them, you're going to ask them for a review. But then when they pay the invoice, it automatically pops up, right? Which again helps your business. This is all marketing, right? Reviews equate to more customers. Customers trust reviews. Customers make their buying decisions based on how many stars and how many reviews you have next to your business name when they Google whatever service it is that you're providing. Google reviews, Facebook reviews, any kind of reviews, it helps your business gain trust in the eyes of potential clients. And that is what we want. So I don't even remember where we were going with this, Justin.
I don't know. They just didn't have a very put together marketing plan. And so your business is only as good as your marketing plan. And so if you guys have kind of a lackluster, like, oh, well, I posted to some Facebook groups and I think we'll pass out a couple flyers and I knocked on a few doors, like you're setting yourself up to fail. But one of the coolest things is Chris is actually, well, he was on the chat a little while ago, but he's based his business, and so have me and you, Mike, on the fact that how many reviews can I get, and how do we rank number one in our area with regards to who has the most reviews? Because I know how I shop for businesses, I know how I shop for items on Amazon. I'm looking for who has the most reviews, who has the most social proof, who if I call is guaranteed to do the best work for me. I always go for the most reviews because that's what makes sense as a consumer. And so for me to position myself as a business, I now want to position myself as the person with the most reviews as well.
Yeah.
So,
and it's never too late to start. That's the other important thing to remember, because people are like, well, I'm brand new and there's people in my in the world around me that rank significantly higher and they've got, a shit ton of reviews. Something to important to remember is that, Google reviews are really only a thing of the past maybe 7 or 8 years, right? Before that, it was not really even a thing. And I can't remember like the actual, like it was like 2018 or 2017 where, it became more of a thing to get Google reviews for your business. Before that, it wasn't a thing. So you're not really as far behind as you think, right? Like my business has been around forever. I've had a Google business profile for as long as you've been able to have one. And, I think we've got like 300 reviews or something like that. And it's because I never pushed it. Back early on, it wasn't something that we were pushing. It's something that's, relatively new. And so I think it's unbelievably important that people understand that, you're not going to have as many as the guys that have been around for a few years, but, there are a lot of strategies you can implement, including review multiplier, that will allow you to get a lot of reviews. Email automation, that nurturing sequence. These are the things that you can implement that are going to really change your business's trajectory.
Just to play good cop, bad cop, I'm going to be on the other end of this, and I'm going to say, even if your business is just starting out, don't let yourself have that as a cop out. Because, Mike, how many guys do we know that have had it for 6 months and they go, oh, I'm doing business, and they still have 10 reviews? How many family members do you have? How many friends do you have? How many people did you go to high school with? Like, if every family gathering you took everyone's phone and left yourself a review, you'd be baffled at how many reviews you could get. And that's not being disingenuous. These people know you. You know what I mean? They know, love, and trust you. So anyway, just to
I've also got, there's a new strategy, and it doesn't really work for me in my area, but this is something that I think a lot of people on the southern border of the United States, that they could probably take this and implement it in their own business, and you could generate a tremendous amount of reviews for like minimal expense, right? What I would do is I'd go to the ATM. I'd say you want 100 reviews. Okay. 100 reviews. What I would do is I go to the ATM, I'd get $100 out. Okay. And then I'd get it all in ones. I'd go down to one of the entry points where all the migrants, do we call them illegal aliens? I don't remember what the proper.
Mike, that's offensive to call them that.
Keep me on full screen. So we go down to the southern.
I'm gonna steal the show.
No, don't, dude. This is gonna. Don't be a moron, Justin. Be smart.
Keep it going, Mike.
Okay, so we're going to go down to the southern border. We've got a handful of cash, right? And as we know, these individuals of non-American origin are coming over into our country, and they're getting our government, Joe Biden and his crew are giving them cell phones, right? Prepaid cell phones. They're giving them debit cards. They're giving them all kinds of great things, hotel rooms, whatever, transportation. But what you could do is set up a little stand and just say, dollar for a Google review. And all these people with their government paid phones, they walk by you and you can say, hey, give me your phone. I'll give you $1. And then you leave yourself a review on their phone. You could literally get hundreds of reviews for like very minimal. So that's something to think about.
Wow, that was incredible, Mike. You just might have to speak Spanish because I don't know how good of English these people would speak, but I guess it doesn't matter. This guy says pressure washing by Sterling Wash. We all know high clothes rates equals low prices. Currently experiencing high estimates, high rates. Isn't that against the norm? I want to answer this first. You cool with that, Mike?
Yeah.
So you're seeing this right now because there's a high amount of people that want to get the service done. So the more demand there is for a service, the higher we can price it, and thus the more we're going to close that way. Now, if this was 4 months ago and it was November, December, I would ask you the same question. Like, are you still closing at high rates? Are you getting a lot of estimates? Because the answer is probably no, because no one wants it done. So yes, we're entering into the spring season. Therefore, we're able to charge more because more people want to get it done. Right, Mike?
But I also, yeah, I agree. That's 100% accurate. But I also think that Sterling Wash, like, look at this guy. He's got white shorts on. He's got his company shirt on. That dude rolls up to my house. You know what? I'm paying him extra and I'm going to tip him because he looks like a sharp, sharp dude.
Mike, knowing you, I thought for sure that was going to be an insult, but
No, not at all. But again, presentation is everything, right? If you roll up and you're looking like a bum, right? Like if you rolled up and you look like me right now, right? I'm like, hey, I'm want your business. I'd probably not take me as seriously, but a little bit more professional, a little bit more refined. And you probably are going to not only increase your ability to charge more because of the perception that you're conveying, right? You are a professional.
Mike froze again.
You fry, dude. Justin, you're not even funny, right? Like
I'm gonna hear there with the Mike said I was sexy.
I did. But Justin keeps messing with the camera, and it's really annoying me.
Because I'm over there.
Oh, but the more professional you are, whether that's your website, whether that's your uniform, your truck, your marketing, right? All of these things come into play with how much you can actually charge, right? If you go up there and you've got just a piece of paper that you wrote out some stuff on a flyer, or you've got one of those like Vistaprint, generic magnets that you put on your truck that's pretty unreadable, that doesn't convey a lot of trust and professionalism to a potential client, right? But my point with Sterling Wash was, look the part, play the part, and it's going to help you increase your prices. If you've got a janky website and you've got just a lousy contact form, guess what? People probably aren't just going to fill that out because they don't trust it. If you've got a nice refined website, you've got InstaQuote on there, and they're like, oh, wow, look at all these services. I'm interested in this, this, and this. And then it generates a quote, professional estimates provided. You can approve it. You can schedule it. Like, these are the things that set, Chuck in a truck apart from the guys that are really invested in making this something larger than, just a side hustle.
I tell people the same thing with regards to their flyers. If you have shitty before and after pics, or you have like stuff that you took off of Canva, if you have like no offer, no real like good looking, if it just looks like ass, you're just not going to convert very well. So like, take that into perspective. Would you hire yourself? If you look at yourself in the mirror today after this video and ask yourself, would you hire yourself?
I would.
I got 2 jobs the past 2 days. One thing that's working for me is package deals.
Yes.
So that's actually something that's on my notes here for how to kill it this spring. Offer package deals, quote everything on site, right, Mike? I think that's where a lot of people drop the ball. Hey, I want to get the house washed. Why aren't you quoting the roof and the driveway just to give them a price on that, right?
Right. No, yeah, package deals, option deals, all of these things are going to increase that average ticket price, right? It's going to increase the lifetime value of that customer. And that's what we want. The more services that we can provide at one location, it's going to make us more efficient and it's going to make us more profitable. I would much rather have one job where we're going to make, $1,200 at one location than 3 jobs where, they're significantly smaller because there's travel time. We call that windshield time. There's setup and breakdown time. These are all very real things. Pre-inspections. We're doing pre-inspections with the 28-point inspection at every single property. And that takes time. Walking around each property with the customer prior to that takes time. If you only have to do it once or twice a day and you're providing a significant amount more services for each individual customer, you're just in a better place financially. But with all of that being said, providing packages is great, right? And there's some psychology to how you offer these packages. You've got an anchoring price point, right? Where you're kind of setting one just outlandish price for absolutely everything, which makes that middle tier very much more, makes it a lot more appealing to potential customers because they're like, wow, I really do want all of that, but this price is more within my budget. And I could pay this, but like I'm getting so much more for this package. There is psychology there. It's the same with the options estimate that we do. Essentially, InstaQuote is your 24/7 options estimate for your website. And what that allows you to do is put all of the services that you offer on display for your customer. And when they go up there, maybe in their minds, they're like, oh, I just need to get a house wash, right? But then they don't realize, oh, well, he also offers exterior window cleaning, roof cleaning. I never even knew that was a thing. Then maybe that takes them down a rabbit hole of roof cleaning and they decide they're going to get an estimate just to see what the price is. And then you provide them with all the options and then they can go into their estimate and they can select whatever it is they want. They can see the total price and they can move forward from there. I mean, it really is a phenomenal tool for business owners to save you so much time, to help you convert more leads into paying customers, because you are typically what we find in the home service industry is usually 1 or 2 man operations, right? And you're wearing every single hat for that business. You're the marketing guy, you're the sales guy, you're the guy doing the work, you're the one doing all the estimates, the invoicing, everything, the marketing. And that is overwhelming. But if you've got something like InstaQuote that is your 24-hour salesperson that's constantly there giving quotes out nonstop, it's amazing. Like in the morning when I wake up, I'll hit the notifications or look at my home screen with all of the QuoteIQ notifications, and it's like, so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so, they got estimates, they viewed their estimate, they scheduled. Like that is amazing because that's work that I didn't have to do. That's work that was being done behind the scenes because I set it up one time. And now I've got this sales force that is out there. It's amazing. It's like having Jarvis if
Right.
you're Iron Man. Like I'm a lot like Tony Stark, except I'm not handsome. I don't have an Iron Man suit and I'm not super rich.
So during Mike's monologue, Mike, that was really great. I really enjoyed that. I was able to create an entire estimate on 4 different services: house wash, roof wash, driveway cleaning, as well as a gutter clean out. And so you guys saw how quickly I was able to create that, send it over to the customer, and now we have an options estimate to where they can come through this and they can say, we want to get the house wash, we want to get the concrete clean, and they can go ahead and accept this estimate. But essentially quoting everything on site. Maybe this customer only asked us for a house wash at first. We quoted everything and we were able to add another $185 onto the ticket. I don't think enough people realize that how much more could we add on to each ticket price if you multiply that out times 100 customers. Now we're, that's $11,000 or something.
Yeah. And then the other cool thing, and this is just a little sales tip, is, you say you get to the customer's house, right? And they chose only to get the house wash and the driveway, but you saw they also had an estimate for a roof wash or a deck cleaning. What you could do then is convert that options estimate into a package estimate and sweeten the deal for the customer by adding in more services. Maybe you're going to reduce your costs a little bit to, sweeten the deal, which is what we do with package deals, because again, we're staying at one spot a lot longer. So if you've got the time and you've got the ability to kind of upsell them and offer them the package deal, you can easily convert those options estimates into some sort of package because it's already in their head. They want that stuff done. They didn't click that because they didn't, right? So just something
to way to be. Sterling asks, what's the best way to get on board with QuoteIQ? All you got to do is go to myquoteiq.com, which is linked up in the comment section description. You can actually try any tier right now for only $1. Now, if you subscribe for a year to the ultimate package, me and Mike will hop on a call with you and kind of walk you through some stuff, help you kind of get some stuff set up. But super easy, super simple.
Justin, do me a favor. Go over to our pricing, if you will.
Yes, pricing.
Okay. So our ultimate package, which has InstaQuote, right? That I think that's probably one of the most powerful tools. Well, it's something that's great. Go back, please. Okay. $129. Okay. $129 a month, and you get a full CRM, you get InstaQuote, you get all of the things, scheduling, email, text automation. I mean, if you were to have 6 or 7 different software packages, like what we've basically built QuoteIQ around, is the idea that we wanted one platform for all of these different things. You can get all of that. You'd probably pay about $8,000-9,000 for all of those different service packages through other software companies. If regardless, I mean, you're gonna be paying upwards of $1,000. $129 a month. It's underpriced. We were just talking about it today. We need to raise the price. We're not going to. But what I was going to go
Oh, sorry, Mike. Knocked you out.
129.99. Imagine if you sign up to be an affiliate for QuoteIQ, and you start, promoting the fact that QuoteIQ has got all these great features, these great packages. You post in the Facebook groups, you're making some videos, you're doing your thing, and you're dropping your affiliate link, and someone decides they're going to go for the ultimate package. Now, I'm no mathematician, Justin, but 129.99 divided by, what is it? Point 60.
Oh, 0.4 actually, but yeah.
Yeah, 0.4.
Or multiplied. Yeah, you're right. Divided by 0.6 multiplied times 0.4.
So what is that? $33?
No, it should be way more than that.
Okay, do the math for me, Stallion.
Okay, 1 second.
Justin is kind of like my little Albert Einstein. He's so smart, and he's good with quantum physics.
$52, Mike.
Okay, so say you sign somebody up for the ultimate package, you're going to get $52 per month, every month, for as long as they use a CRM. Now, if you think about it, once you get into whatever CRM that you're using, you're probably going to stick with it, right? You've got all of your information in there. You've got all of your data in there. And that means that you could potentially, for the lifetime of that customer, be making 50 plus bucks a month. And imagine then if you had 10 of them, 15 of them, 20 of them. I mean, you can start generating some significant, truly passive income. Passive income is a cliche word that's thrown around all the time that I think is kind of bullshit. But like, this is legit. $50. Say you get 100 of them.
Let's
That's
jump into this
5,000. What?
We got a couple questions though. Regarding your InstaQuote, how do you address when a customer understates the square footage for a specific service? You show up and it's much larger.
Well, that's why we have a terms and conditions, and we've got a customer contract. Now, that is a good question. 2 ways to look at this. Every InstaQuote that you send should have terms and conditions that say this InstaQuote is based on your input. If it differs when we get there, we will have to adjust the price, right? Obviously, you're going to have those conversations. The other component is, if you were to call me, East Valley Power Wash, and say, hey, Mike, I'm looking to get a price on my house. I say, what's the square footage? Then I'd say, okay, yeah, it's going to be $600 to take care of that. And you'll be like, great, that's awesome. Now, if you were to go to InstaQuote and you were to enter all the same information, go through the pricing matrix, the questions that we ask for each of the services based on the square footage that you gave me on the phone, the price on InstaQuote is probably going to be, I don't know, $700, $725, because what I do when I build my InstaQuote pricing matrix out is I increase everything, just because there might be some square footage that's missed. But also, you have to think that if you're dealing with the right people, you're marketing to the right people, and these people are actually willing to pay you to come and clean their property, they're probably not going to be dirtbags. They're probably not going to be scumbags. Maybe they're off by, 50 square feet or something like that. But I have been using this software for a very long time. And previous to this, I was using something that was relatively similar. And I've never run into a situation where I really lost any money, right? I also tell stories, and not specific to this, but, say like a gutter cleaning job. There have been apartment communities that have asked us to come out and to quote gutter cleaning. I look at the property. I'm not going to get up on every single roof and look, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out the how many feet of gutter, and I'm going to quote this as worst case scenario, meaning I'm quoting this based on every square inch of these gutters being completely packed and our guys having to get up there and scoop out with ladders and all the moves. So that price is going to be significantly higher than if I was to like go up and look and say, okay, oh, this building is fine, this building, right? My point is worst case scenario pricing, and you'll never ever run into a scenario where you're losing money, right? There are times when I've quoted worst case scenario. We get up there and it's like honestly a 30-minute job, and I'd quoted $6,000, right? It happens. So it's kind of a yin yang thing, seesaw thing. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but in the grand scope of things, you win a lot more than you lose.
I'll say this too, just to kind of add another school of thought on here. You're never going to accept, like, even if somebody got an Insta quote, they accepted the job, you're always going to double check it. So even if it's like, hey, we remeasured your house, we noticed that it's a little bit larger on the square footage. Unfortunately, we're going to have to do it for this price. So like, you're never, in for the absolute of that price. And that's why Mike said we charge a little bit more.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Mike?
And the other thing is, Justin, you just hit on it, is just because they schedule an Insta quote and agree to it, you are the one that has to accept it finally, right? And schedule it. So you have full visibility of everything. And here's Milo.
Okay, so we're gonna push it on to the next one. I was looking at this in Marquette for a CRM. Is QuoteIQ a lot better for pressure washing industry? Absolutely. QuoteIQ was specifically built, like obviously other industries can use it, but it was specifically built for pressure washers. And I want to show you one of the things that no other CRM has. So let me let's pop over into here. Let's say that we were going to create an estimate really quickly. Boom, estimate. We're going to create a new estimate. We're going to go in here. It's for Big Mike. Next, save and continue. This customer says, hey, I want to get a house wash. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to swap over to my pressure washing services. I can then click this map icon, and it's going to take me to exactly where this property is, in which I can then zoom in. I can do all my measurements. Let's just say for easy sake that this was the house right here. I'm just going to show you how quickly you can kind of hit around it.
And if you guys have seen our mapping feature before, you'll notice that it is significantly different. Just like with everything else in our software, we are always open to suggestions. We're always tweaking. We're always improving. We're making it better for you, so it can be the best experience that you have. But look at this. Boom. You measured that. It's 9,325 square feet. And then based on Justin's square footage price, it generates an estimate like that.
And then I can just click proceed on to the next thing. House is measured, multiplied times my square footage. I can then send this over to the customer, copy the link. We can hop over into this. I send it over to the customer, and just as quickly as, we were just talking, we were able to measure the property, multiply times our price, generate the estimate, and send it over to the customer for them to accept it. And so that is the premise behind QuoteIQ, and that is what makes QuoteIQ so good, is how fast you can do everything. And let's say that the customer accepted it, we did the job, we could just as easily turn that estimate right into an invoice and send that over to the customer. So everything that we built this software around is around speed, and it's around just the best quality product for, service industries. Right, Mike?
That is correct, Justin.
Sweet. So anyway, we wanted to get on here, tell you guys about a couple things. We're giving away $5,000, right? To the top affiliate. All you got to do is go to the settings tab, scroll over to the bottom, click affiliate, and you'll be able to get a link that you could start sharing around. We also wanted to share with you guys how you could take most advantage of spring, right? And you do that by laying the foundation for your marketing. If you guys aren't getting a ton of jobs right now, be sure to check out Local Domination, pwcourse.com. This is linked in the comment section description. You can save half right now. I believe that sale is going to be ending really soon, so I would definitely go check that out. So lay the foundation first and foremost. Email and text blast from QuoteIQ. Notify all your customers that you're offering services. Give them specials, package deals, upsell everything on site, like just what we showed with the options estimate, and then set up text and email automation so that way you're following up, nurturing these people. Right, Mike?
I love it.
Absolutely. So that'll probably be it for this one. Right, Mike? You got anything else we want to share?
No, yeah, 30% off everything on the resource page, pwcourse.com. We're doing a spring special. So everything that you have on there is 30% off. And we've got, I mean, you name it. We've also got a ton of before and after pictures, customer contract. You know, we talked about that, having a contract for all of your estimates. We've got a pressure washing contract. We've also got a multi-purposed generalized contract for pretty much any service industry, roof washing, email sequences, 20, you name it, it's on there. Lots of valuable stuff, 30% off. And also right now, you can get how to wash and local domination too for half price. And that actually ends tonight. I think actually, is it? Yeah, tonight. It ends tonight. So.
Right. So sweet. So we hope you guys enjoy Easter. If we want to hop on here and kind of give some tips, show some stuff. And yeah, until next time, what's the word of the day, Mike?
Bunny.
Bunny. If you guys made this far with the video, comment down below, Bunny, or hashtag your one. My name is Justin, forever self-employed. Until next time, hustle hard, get that money, baby. Peace.
He said that.